love and unity, more than hate and jealousy. Yeah. Now this is time. We need education, more than bullets and bombs. Now this is time. We need to care for the young and old, more than silver and gold. Now this is time. We have to wake up and change the world. As the results of 2,000 years of hypocrisy, ego-driven leaders in pursuit of property, power and wealth and fame, oppressing and murdering, killing all in God's name. Iniquity spread across the nation. Humanity is into separation. In the midst of a darkest hour, we rise to reclaim our power. In this time, we love and unity, more than hate and jealousy. In this time, we need education, more than bullets and bombs. We say we not give up, not give up, not give up. Oh no, we not give it, not give it, not give up. Their mission using dirty politicians, brainwash education, war on religion, racial division, food with no nutrition. Hey, this is the Babylon system. Their intention to use all their wicked invention, all the propaganda promoting consumerism, and silent distraction, only misdirection to break eye collection. But if you want come from me, make you know say what I want. This is how I get you ready for the Armageddon. I'm in for the revolution. Power by love and compassion. Cause if we go at them with weapons, then they have more guns. Go at them with money, then they have more funds. With unification, then time soon done. We owe to our daughters and sons in a decent time. Love and unity, more than hate and jealousy. Yeah. Now this is time. We need education, more than bullets and bombs. Now this is time. We need to care for the young and old, more than silver and gold. Now this is time. We have to wake up and change the world. Now this is time. We need love and unity, more than hate and jealousy. Yeah. Now this is time. We need education, more than bullets and bombs. In this time, we need to care for the young and old, more than silver and gold. In this time, we have to wake up and change the world.
Tell me it was all in my head, then I don't know what I'm talking about.
According to Encyclopedia Britannica, mountains generally are understood to be larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
Meltology 101, baby. Once you see the melted bricks, you won't fall for their lame-ass tricks. Geologist, you're fired.
Larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
Boom, baby!
Just how many, quote, natural formations are really just extremely weathered, once extremely large stone-built structures? Maybe there are many stone granite hills, and even maybe mountains that dot our earth, grand structures of the forgotten people.
Boom, baby!
understood to be larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
They told me it was all in my head, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm on the next level, yeah, I know you heard about it.
Motherfucker.
You know I'm bout it, and don't you ever doubt it. I'm incomparable, that's why they staring though. Turn up the stereo, check it out, check it out, check it out. I'm hot just like a sauna, New York to California. You ain't seen nothing like this, nobody do it like this. I'm on the next level, next level, on the next level. They all trying to catch up to my next level, next level, on the next level. Check it out, check it out, check it out. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Motherfucker.
You like that old school, back in the music, that shit is old news. I'm popping through the ceiling, that's my motto, that's my motto. I lead, they follow. I'm hot just like a sauna, New York to California. Too hot, too hot. You ain't seen nothing like this, nobody do it like this.
Motherfucker.
I'm on the next level, next level, on the next level. They all trying to catch up to my next level, next level, on the next level. Check it out, check it out, check it out.
What is up, everyone? How are you doing? I'm doing well. I have my partner in crime with me here, my brother from another mother, Shapu.
Hi everyone. Hi Jen.
Hi, I missed you.
Yeah, me too. It's been quite a while, but it did me good. So I'm all good
Everybody
now.
was asking about you. I was actually getting quite sick of it. I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, no, we all need a little break once in a while. You know, life takes over, things happen, and
Yes.
yeah, it's been a crazy ride these last 6 months. I think for all of us, to some extent, we could all probably have our own little horror stories that we could tell. A lot of people and a lot of things seeming out of character. Not just the March Madness, but a lot of things ever since last year, actually. I feel like the apocalypse is speeding up exponentially. And there's a lot of things that we're seeing now that happen to be internal things with people and their personalities. Say if you had narcissistic tendencies, these tendencies may be heightened at this particular time that we're in. It's very revealing of oneself and their insecurities as well. Last year for me, a lot of the apocalypse they're revealing was external, seeing all the people who were not what I thought they were, and they were showing their true fruits. This year for me, from last year leading into this year and straight through March, has been more internal in my little bubble here, where I considered all that last year outside of my little bubble.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's a lot that we've all gone through over these last months. And in some respects, we need a break here and there.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, I'm good to be back doing shows. So
Well, I'm glad to have you back. I don't mind doing shows on my own, but it's way more fun with you, Shapu. I think everybody would agree. Put a 1 in the chat if you like it better when I have Shapu on, or it's just me. I will not be offended. Okay, because I like it better
You
when
need it.
Shapu's on. I would put a 1 in the chat for that.
Yeah, I've watched you for a long time. You were alone, so it's
Yeah, I can carry a show by myself, no problem. But it like I even like being guests on other people's shows. I'm not really guests on anybody's shows anymore because so many people have changed their ways, and maybe we don't connect anymore, or all this division and schism in the community. But I used to enjoy going on different shows and talking about different topics and stuff like that. But we're so limited now with what we can talk about. As a matter of fact, I tried to upload one of our videos from me, you, Steve, and Mark. I forget the name of it. You probably know this too. And they took it right down because I think Mark may have mentioned something about CV at the time.
no, yeah, I think it's me. It's my fault.
Or, well, whatever was said, it was said very short. It wasn't a lot. And
Yeah.
the whole live stream is not allowed to be put up because of that one little thing that was said. So, even if I get on to, tranny bricks and I start talking about tranny bricks too much and investigating that stuff.
Yeah.
And I would love to do hours of live streams on that stuff. But I've had 2 channels taken down because of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I can't really go there.
Yeah, I remember that show. We did it on Rockfin. That's why we could.
That's right. We did do that one on Rockfin, and we tried to get it on YouTube. Yeah.
But I had to cut the part to have it on my channel. So
Right. That was a good show.
yes.
All the drama in the community, people acting kind of strange lately and stuff, saying weird off the wall stuff. It's, airing their shit on air and stuff. I don't understand none of that. But like I was telling Shapu before the show, I don't have no problem with anybody. I've never had a problem with anybody. I stay in my lane and do my own thing. And if people have a problem with me, then that's their problem. Because I really don't care. I've done nothing to you. So I don't feel you would need an apology for anything that I've done or said, because I've never done anything to you. And if you don't appreciate or agree with the views and the theories that we put forth here on this show, the ideas that we're putting out there, sure, they may be theories and partial assumptions with proof mixed in there and everything. And everybody may have their version. None of us will really know what happened because none of us were there. We can only back engineer this crime scene, if you will, to try to figure out what the fuck melted all this shit. Okay. And if it's actually melted or not, because a lot of it looks melted. I'm not discounting erosion after the fact, because of course you're going to have things like Sodom and Gomorrah, which are cooked out to ash. If that place suddenly became very humid and rain a lot over there, because it's very arid over there. But if it rained a lot, you would have erosion of those buildings and more fissures probably running through it and everything. And it would even look more like a big blob of nothing. But definitely there was some type of event that took place. When it actually took place, I don't know. A lot of people have theories on what the event was and what type of heat event it was. These are all fine and dandy. Some people don't like the fact that we talk about God and God's judgment. You can call it an extreme heat event. You can call it an X Factor event. You can call it God's judgment. At the end of the day, it's all the same fucking thing. It doesn't matter what label you put on it. However, I do feel it is connected to the creator and the cyclical nature of this planet that we are on and inside of. I think there's an ebb and a flow, like a Taurus field. There's an in and an out. And during the course of this in and out and things going up and down, there's things going this way as well with energies. And I think there's a cyclical nature to this 1,000-year millennial reign, and then the short season of Satan, and then 1,000 years of a millennial reign, and then a short season of Satan. And in between each one of these timeline events, cyclical events, is what we would call a God's judgment. Because it does seem to appear that there may have been more than one of these events that occurred. We see things that look either really, really cooked out or older in nature than compared to some of the things that look either got hit less or seem newer. but we won't really know for sure. The one thing we can say is something happened at some point, and it involved extreme heat. So if you look at the 1,000-year reign of Christ and then the short season of Satan, it kind of looks like, to me in my mind, timeline-wise, a heartbeat. The ebb and the flow of the plane that we are in, this existence that we are in, has a breath in and breath out. I can see it in my head. I'm probably not explaining it right. But what I see is like 1,000 years, short season of Satan. 1,000 years, short season of Satan. 1,000. It's like a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And that's how I see it playing out. So, they say that the earth, I think the Hopi have a thing where they say the earth has been reborn 5 times or destroyed 5 times. Is that correct, Shapu? One of those?
Yeah, something like that. I'm not like totally sure about it, but
Right.
yeah.
So that in itself, that, and there's many other cultures around the world that have these type of lore and stories that go back that say that, like the Aztecs with the Kali Yugas and the Golden Age and the Silver Age, the Bronze Age. This are cycles. In between each cycle, an event takes place, a God's judgment, if you will. And I think that's where we're getting these extreme heat events that come in and reshape our realm. When we're climbing on stuff and we see waterfalls and beautiful ocean, landscapes and cliffs and everything, and we're told that this is all natural. What will become of us when the next God's judgment comes? Because I feel like that's where we're headed with all this. I think we're in line for another one. I don't know when, but it seems to be, if we're at the end of the short season of Satan, we're getting ready for a God's judgment, and then 1,000 years, another 1,000 years of a millennial reign where there's peace on earth.
Yeah.
Could I be wrong? Sure. I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. This is how I feel about it. This is how I see it playing out in my head.
Yeah. No, we can see it all around it when people just take notice of everything around them. You can see it in the world, everything that was beautiful is now like ugly, and everything that is ugly, it's not praised. And this is the start of the end when, when everything beautiful is just destroyed. It's it's crazy.
I don't know who Walter Russell is,
No?
Manoa. I've explained this theory to Shapu before. This is the way I see it and I feel about it. And, maybe I'm onto something. Maybe this guy's onto something, but I don't know what Walter Russell.
No, yeah, the pulse thing, I think he meant, because Walter Russell that did that pulsing thing with, but not the art, but the earth at all, like a.
Right. The reason I say this is because if the earth is a flat plane and it's got like a torus field around it, okay, it's going like this, like a figure 8. The energy's going in and out. It's not only just going in and out, it's going up and down. It's breathing. But these cycles between the ups and the downs could be thousands of years or 1,000 years. We were always taught about the great year in space, where supposedly, the galaxy makes one complete turn and all that stuff like that. And there's all these cycles to all these planetary alignments and all this stuff like that. Well, we know all that's just bullshit. But I think what they weren't bullshitting us about was the cyclical nature of all this. They'll tell you the truth sandwiched between a bunch of lies, so you don't figure it the fuck out. We got 33 people here. How does that happen every time?
You see it every time.
Anyway, so that's what I'm seeing happen. Like I said, it's a theory. I'm not, if anybody wants to make a hit piece on me and chop it all up, I really don't give a fuck. All I'm saying is that there was an extreme heat event that happened for sure. The evidence for it is everywhere, guys. You'd be hard pressed to miss it. It's just, once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's this type of thing. And now we better understand why they've been lying to us. They don't want us to see God's creation. Why are they lying to you about space? What is so important? You know what's important? They don't want you to see that you are in a creation, that you are the center of everything, and that you are the most important thing here, and it's all about you and your experience. So the people who are bagging on the whole religious side of this thing with Flat Earth and the X Factor event and all this stuff like that, because we're talking about the creator and how we play a part in these God's judgments and stuff like that, or even calling it a God's judgment, rubs people the wrong way. Why are they working 24/7 to hide this and tell us we're on a ball? Clearly they suck Satan's cock. Clearly you see that and you know that. Well, if they're sucking Satan's cock, clearly God and the creator, whatever you want to call him, Jesus, exists. You can't have one without the other, right? So, I mean, that is the only thing that makes sense to me is that they're hiding God's creation. And if they're going to hide God's creation, they're going to hide God's judgment, because they don't want you to know that you are a part of that judgment and you will have an effect on it. Shapu, explain how you see us playing a part or having an effect on this X Factor event.
Yeah. This place is governed by our heart energy and emotions, because all emotions are just energy also, and they go to the ether field to our arts, your heartbeat and stuff like that. Your emotion controls your heartbeat, and we are all connected. I found like a nice video about all of this. We've been talking about all of this, but they have made like a video of scientific video about it, that our art energy are all connected throughout the earth, and they show a ball for sure, because it's not
but this answers the question of why would they have us trapped in fear-based mind control the way they have us 24/7. If we were living in abundance and love thy neighbor and, service to others instead of service to self and all this, and this God's judgment / X Factor event came, we might wake out really well. There might not be no destruction, no meltdown, no heat or anything. We may actually ascend spiritually while we are still here on this plane. Instead of being knocked down and backwards, we would go forward. Okay, so it is in their best interest, the guys who piggyback these events, who know the cyclical nature and aren't telling us about it, to keep us trapped in fear so they can, if we ascend up, okay, if we have a good X Factor event, God's judgment come, and we're in a good place and we ascend, none of their shit's going to work, okay? They can't have that. They have to piggyback each event and come out on top and take the dumbed down, startled trauma, your trauma from all of this X Factor event judgment and watching the whole world melt down, whatever people are left, repopulate them out and give them a whole new narrative. You can't do that with spiritually ascended people. Sorry.
No.
So it all makes sense. It all ties together. Even the fact that we are looking into these melted structures makes so many other things in this whole tapestry of truth that we've been putting together. It ties it all together. Meltology is actually the glue that brings everything together, I feel, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. And I have the video. It's like 7 minutes. If you want, we can play it, and you will comment on it afterward, because when I saw it, it's like everything we've been talking about this heart and hurt, it's the same thing, all connected with us. So I can present. Do you have?
Did you just say glue? Oh, I got a drop for that. Hold on.
Exactly.
Slow down here. Let me get to that.
Melanie, where's the glue? I'm out.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Love you, Mel. I don't care what they say about you. I love you, girl.
Yeah,
I got your back. All right, so we're going to watch a video?
Yes.
I'm excited. I love watching videos. I got a video as well that we're going to be looking at a little later.
Oh, okay. Now there's new addition to the StreamYard. Wait, I'm okay.
Did you see how they updated the StreamYard?
Yeah, I know now. Yeah. I'm kind of lost. So
I know. I had this problem the other day when I was on here. I'm like, oh wait, something's wrong here. Like, why is it all changed?
Right.
They don't tell you about the update. They're just like, yeah. There's a drop down arrow if you want to go big screen on anything. Okay, here we go.
Is it working?
I'll make, yeah, it's working. I'm going to make a big screen for you, and you're up there now. Good.
Yeah, you see my screen now?
I see it.
All right. Okay. if there's an echo or something. Hi, Jen.
I didn't hear anything yet. I didn't hear enough to hear an echo.
Okay.
I don't hear anything. Is it down real low?
No.
Huh.
I choose. Yeah, I choose share with audio. Usually I don't.
All right, do it again. Take it out and try it again. Because I had to click the box twice on their new setting.
Okay.
It looks click when you bring it up, but it doesn't go click until you click it.
Share a tab with audio. All right.
Clickety click. Patty says, did you click on audio?
Can I just do
I love
this?
you, Patty.
Okay, I can choose. All right. Do you see something now?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. I'll try this way.
Others involved.
There you go.
Easy to love this experience of synergy.
Good?
Yeah, sounds good.
This happens by chance rather than by design or intention. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to produce this flow on demand in our day-to-day communications, projects, and challenges? Research shows that when we shift into a coherent state, the heart and brain operate synergistically, like two systems that mesh into one. We can learn how to activate and sustain the synergy between the heart and brain and prevent stress-producing patterns, along with increasing our mental clarity and discernment capacity. When we do this, our creative solutions for personal, social, and global challenges become more accessible, providing us with more intuitive access and flow. Over the past 20 years, the Institute of Heart Math has produced coherence-building techniques that are intentionally simple and based on scientific research. Our mission theme is to simplify a process for intuitive connection to the soul's wisdom and guidance for unfolding who we truly are. New research suggests that our energetic or spiritual heart is an access point for our natural inner technology, the heart's intuitive intelligence, which can elevate our communications, decisions, and choices to a much higher level of effectiveness. One interesting finding from our research is that when people hold genuine core heart feelings such as appreciation or compassion, it naturally increases their heart coherence. We use the term energetics to refer to the systems that we can't see or touch. For example, our thoughts, emotions, and intuitions. The mind and heart feelings are energetic sources that underlie our thoughts and emotions. They're primary drivers of our biological systems and have a powerful influence on our behaviors, choices, and results. The
Can
intuitive
we pause that for a minute?
people have associated with
If we were living in abundance and love and joy and happiness and all that good stuff, we would have a stronger connection to each other.
Yes.
Okay, there wouldn't be all of this animosity and people hardening their hearts to people and all this stuff, or the willingness to lie and deceive and all this stuff like that. We would actually, like, say if I punched you in the face, I would feel it. So I'm not going to go around punching people in the face if I can feel it. All right. So treat others as how you would want to be treated.
Yep.
And I think that an ascension of God's judgment could adjust. When you hear God's judgment, you think, of course, we think something bad's going to happen. But something really good could happen if we're living on the good side of things and we're doing things right the way we should be.
Yeah, exactly. Always. It's always like that,
Yeah.
You put your thoughts and emotion into everything, but it's through your heart energy, all of this. And I've made like a video about this, the love connection with the heart. And when you the secret recipe from your grandma, every time, well, how does your food taste so good? Because she always say, because I put love in it, and when she does it, she's happy, and she happy to feed everyone. So the
That's
food
right.
gets, but not the food, it's the water in it, because we're going to talk about the water.
And water is in everything, guys. I
Exactly.
mean, just think of all of the drinks that you drink all day, mostly made of water, all the sugar drinks and all that stuff. You don't even know where that water comes from, what
Yeah.
kind of water they're using in
Yeah.
those drinks. That's why I never drink anything like, Gatorades and monster drinks and all that crazy stuff, sodas and everything. I am guilty of drinking a little ginger ale here and there, but it's great value ginger ale. And I know that their water is not fluoridated. Now I don't know about the soda water, but that's my fault. I should delve more into that and be more diligent on my end. The same thing though, mostly everything here is mostly water.
Yeah, everything is everything. There's water in all. Air is that's tiny particles of water also. It's these type of drinks, they don't have like heart energy in them, because where they have been fabricated, the people are just workers and almost like,
And you can bet that they're going to use the shittiest water to make a lot of these soft drinks and stuff.
yeah, also.
I mean, like I was telling my mom, and I said on my last show about the smart water. What's the best way to get somebody to drink the water? It's this crappy water that they shouldn't be drinking. Put smart on it. Because they'll think, oh, if I drink this smart water, it's a smart thing to do and all this stuff. It's all double speak and mind fuckery to get us to buy this stuff. And when actually you're drinking the worst water you could possibly drink.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So we'll continue on.
Their inner voice throughout history. From our perspective, the energetic heart communicates a steady stream of intuitive information to the mind and brain, which in most cases we only use a small percentage of, because our ego choices overrides the intuitive suggestion. Access to our heart's intuition varies among people, yet we all have it. As we learn to slow down our mind and attune to our deeper heart feelings, our natural intuitive connection can occur. Intuition is like energetic gold. Intuitive insights often unfold more understanding of ourselves, others, issues, and life than years of accumulated knowledge. That's why the state of coherence is rapidly gaining interest. In this state, more and more people are reporting increased access to their heart's intuitive guidance, realizing it's within them, and with a little practice, it's easier to access than they thought. Research conducted in our laboratories has confirmed that when an individual is in heart coherence, the heart radiates a more coherent electromagnetic energy field that can benefit people, animals, and the environment. A growing body of scientific evidence suggests that when there is coherent group cooperation, it results in increased flow, effectiveness, and the potential for higher outcomes. It seems as though the group participants are not only in sync, but are communicating on an unseen energetic level. Our personal coherence can benefit our families, co-workers.
Yes, John.
Can you put the link to this in the chat? Oh, you already did. I'm sorry.
Yep.
You're on it. Okay.
Friends, pets, and more, simply by our presence. From our research, we know that heart coherence is not an idle state. It reaches out, it influences and supports others in many beneficial ways. Scientific evidence provides support for a global field environment that connects all living systems and consciousness. Many scientists believe that a feedback loop exists between all humans and the Earth's energetic systems. We are working together with other initiatives to realize the increased effectiveness of collective intention and cooperation. There are growing numbers of organizations with tools and techniques that facilitate increased heart connection and collaboration with others. This evolves into a collective opening of the heart, which is a major step towards increasing social and global coherence. We call this heart-based living. IHM, through its Global Coherence Initiative project, is strategically placing 14 sensors around the world to measure the Earth's magnetic resonance. This global network will enable our scientific inquiry into the interconnections between the Earth's magnetic field and collective human emotions and behaviors.
Here they talk about the electromagnetic field of the Earth. And when we say it, we talk about the ether field. That is what it is really.
Right.
Because they have changed, yeah. they have changed the term, but it's all control from us again.
Science has
And
shown that
also,
there's magnetic
Shifu, they love for us to think we have control over nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the Indians had rain dances where they could harmonize and come together and harmonize their frequencies, and somehow was able to make it rain.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, you know, but they want us to think we don't have control over anything. We're just some insignificant little speck of dust in the universe that's, you know, just all culmination of some big
Yeah.
accident that happened.
Exactly. They add their own ARP thing, you know, they with vibration from their songs and dances. It's same thing as the harp, you know, harp. What they do to manipulate the water, the weather.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just frequency and
That's
shoot.
right.
Yeah.
Like harp. Yeah, you were saying like harp.
Yeah, harp. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Which now we know that they were bouncing frequencies off of the dome. Okay. They weren't bouncing them off into space and all this stuff. Because back when I learned about harp, they were talking about bouncing it off the ionosphere. Okay. So now we better understand that we are in a dome and they're using that dome to their advantage.
Yes. Yep. All right. Yeah, 2 minutes.
field affects humans in profound ways, but our intention is to study how humans, as a collective, affect the Earth's magnetic field environment. Every individual's energy contributes to the global field environment, and each person's thoughts, emotions, and intentions affects the field. A first step in increasing the coherence of the field environment is for each individual to take responsibility for their own energy. We can do this by becoming more conscious of the thoughts, feelings, and attitudes that we are feeding the field each day.
See, we're feeding the
Our
field
hypothesis
each
is that-
day. And this all culminates to, you know, this field being filled with all this negative energy. What do you think is going to happen when a God's judgment comes along?
Yeah, it's probably why it comes, because of all this negative energy and hatred. You
See,
know?
what I think is that it would be not like, we don't know the proper term to use, but say still God's judgment, but on the good side of things, where nothing gets destroyed. Maybe more things manifest around us. Maybe more of our senses come online. We have 360 senses. We only use 5 of them. Maybe we would be able to read each other's minds. There'd be nobody lying to each other anymore. Those people would fall away. They would never even existed. They would be evaporated from our reality because they were in such a negative space. Only people who are in a high frequency of love and truth and on that path and live in the right way and treating thy neighbor, love thy neighbor and all this stuff, and service to others instead of service to self would elevate during one of these events. I think it could be a beautiful thing, but what we see is nothing but destruction because, you know, things and people rule this place, and they seem to know the cyclical nature, just like supposedly the Aztecs knew the cyclical nature of the eclipses and had the people fooled and to thinking that they were the ones moving the moon across the sun. But they just knew when the next eclipse was coming, so they would just do their stuff, and the people would worship them because they thought that they could move the moon over the sun. You know, same thing.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
That as enough individuals increase their heart coherence, it leads to increased social coherence. As a critical mass of cultures and nations become more harmoniously aligned, this can eventually lead to increased global coherence and sustainable peace. Doc Childre, the founder of HeartMath, puts it this way: as more of humanity practices heart-based living, it will qualify the rite of passage into the next level of consciousness. Using our heart's intuitive guidance will become common sense based on practical intelligence.
Yeah, the way we're living now and the way people view this reality now and view each other in it is insane. We are living in an insane asylum right now, as far as I'm concerned. You know, where maybe at one time there was good people everywhere. Now there's good people, but they don't know what to do with it. They only know fear-based mentality. I mean, you could barely approach somebody and have a decent conversation with a perfect stranger anymore. You know, they're few and far between for me. I don't know about you guys, but you know, everybody's so suspect of each other. Nobody's their hearts aren't warm to each other. I can't explain it. I mean, when you see all the strife, even when you look at what's going on in America, America looks like a third world country now. It looks like a fucking bomb went off in America. And I used to watch the movies back in the 80s, and they used to portray the cities in such disarray and junk and trash and shit everywhere. And it looked so unrealistic back in the 80s when I would see that stuff. Like, why are they making it look like that? I mean, yeah, the cities weren't that great back then, but I'm just saying, you look at what we see now, it looks just like what they were portraying back in the 80s movies. Even Fifth Element had a lot of trash in it and stuff. And it's just trash everywhere. It's disgusting. Yeah. We live in a really disgusting cesspool of nastiness. And I think we're definitely in line for something coming up.
Destroying the beautiful. Like I said before, I made some memes this week, last week about that actually.
Yeah, you got it.
I got it. I'm gonna go get it.
You've got to go get it, guys, in one of his many folders. Should put one day. I want you to tally up your folders and tell me how many you have.
Oh,
never mind how many's in each folder. He can't even count how many folders he has.
No.
Poor guy's got tendonitis from the mouse.
Don't talk to
too much clicking. He was on click vacation.
Exactly. That's why I took the break. I couldn't handle my tendonitis. It's just
my goodness.
Yeah, true story.
All right, here we go.
So yeah.
On here.
Yeah, I don't know if you see it.
I see it. I just can't read it. It's a little. I'm gonna make it big. Hold on my end. Destruction. Oh, hold on. Here, you read it.
All right. Yes, it is just destruction of beauty. You know, when a society is aiming to destroy all that is beautiful, good, kind, just, and real, to replace it with ugliness, hatred, greed, selfishness, and fakery.
That's exactly what the fuck is going on right now.
Yeah. If this is not the reflection of a sick society, then you know what it is. It's
exactly. It is no measure of health being well adjusted in a profoundly sick society.
Yes, and we see it everywhere now. It's just.
It is profane. It is so everywhere. I mean, even driving down the highway now, you see tents everywhere. There's no shame in these people's game who's running this world, and they're running it right into the ground, right where they want it.
Yeah. You know, again, this one. You know, I don't know. That day, I had like thoughts about the destruction of the beauty, and I came out with these like quotes.
I like this one.
Yeah, but I guess people can really see it. It's. I've made like more than that, but I only posted these three. You know, when all that is beautiful would be destroyed, only the ugliness in people will remain. You know.
Yeah, and that's no bueno, guys. No bueno.
No.
If you go by the millennial reign dates that Alpha Truth put out, and a few other people were thinking about 1776 being the beginning of the short season of Satan, the end of the millennial reign, and there may be even a period between the end of the millennial reign and the beginning of the short season of Satan, a very small portion of space there that nothing happened. It's just nothing. And anyway, the God's judgment comes, and then so if you fast forward 250 years, that puts you at 2026 for the end of the short season of Satan. If 250 years equates to a short season. Again, this is all theoretical, but you know, it does tend to make some sense along the way. 1776 being a huge marker date. I think they added the 1,000 years on. I think it was really 776 when it happened. course, they would have to have that etched in stone, if you will, on the tablets of the Statue of Liberty with 1776 on there.
Yes.
And the breaking of the chains as the statue looks like it's trying to take a step forward. You guys can check that out if you've never noticed. Just scrolling on the feet of the Statue of Liberty, you'll see the chains, which I feel that the Statue of Liberty represents Lucifer and not liberty at all. Besides, liberty is just being allowed to go on land for a little while. It's not freedom. And freedom isn't free. Freedom and free and freedom are two different things. It's another thing. They have us trapped in our words, and people don't know what the hell they're saying.
Exactly. Yeah, the best quote is it's from one of these guys, you know. I cannot say like founding fathers anymore because they don't exist. You know, when you trade liberties for security, you know, you deserve none.
Deserve
you know?
neither.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what's happening.
None are more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they are free.
Yeah.
I could do a show just spouting out quotes. I answered some questions when we were up at Wildwood with quotes, just quote after quote. Anyway. All right, so where are we going from here? I think before we dive deep into fluoride, distilled water, and the power of water, and all that good stuff, I'm going to screen share some of Deborah Simpson, Deborah the Red Brick Chick, stuff that she's got posted on her page, because it's some really cool stuff.
Nice.
I thought we'd check it out. All right, let's see here. Can you see this, Shapu?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so I've seen these pictures a while ago. I think she had them up. She must have reposted them. They're really good because I'm glad I wanted to show them a long time ago and I never got to it. This seems to be some type of mine, but also a building. The whole thing is the building, of course. You see a lot of brick over the ceiling here and a lot of arches coming over. This place is thick with brick. Kind of reminds me of a star fort, or this part of the star fort that is underground, because star forts, in my opinion, go way underground. They're not just surface level or a level or two below. I think they go down a ways, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at the one. Just go back to that. Yeah. You see, why did you leave like that round thing on top, like with rock, you know, like a rotunda or a opening should be like a dome. When you go to the next picture, you'll see what I mean. When
I'm going to go to it now.
Yeah. You see, look this one.
It is.
Yeah, there's a dome full of bricks.
Full of bricks. And that other dome would have been cooked out more, to the point where you can't see the brick anymore. It became one molten mess conglomeration. Now, this is great here because you can see that the brick up top's in really good condition. It's still red even. But as you come down the walls, it gets cooked out. And this right here is what they would call sedimentary layers. But, oh, wait, you can see the brick in it. You can see the brick in it. You can also see what looks like these straight up and down lines here that people say are pickaxe marks. You can see those heat striations starting to form right here. But up here up top, you can see it's brick. It's all brick. But you can also see how it can cook down and start to look like what they tell us are sedimentary layers. So that's really good. There's a lot going on in this picture. You know, different levels of heat damage. Okay, this is a good one as well. Again, this is all brick, but yet it's so cooked out that if you look at here, it starts to look like the sedimentary layers, what they tell us are sedimentary layers.
Yeah.
They're not. We've always said that they're brick lines, they're mortar lines. They're always running parallel to each other. Even over here, look. It looks like some regular rock you would see along a river or something. But this is all brick, guys, all of it. Shapu, this one's awesome. I love this.
Yeah. Look at these arches.
Not only that, look at the heat striations.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll tell you that somebody came in here and pickaxed all this shit, right? But then up here, they just threw some brick in. that looks all melted and muffed up. The mortar all blowing out of it and stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. You can still make out the brick coming down this wall all the way down along here. So, yeah, this is really good evidence, guys. These aren't mines. These are buildings. They've always been buildings. There's another section here. Look at this amazing brickwork that survived. And right next to it, you got the melted, muffed up brick. So here you got an arch that's retained its structural value, I think, pretty well during the extreme heat event. But over here got cooked worse. What did all this? Why does this look like it's just some natural sedimentary layer stuff right here? But clearly you can still make out it's brick. And over, who's doing this in a mine? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And then again, you see what they say are pickaxe marks, but they're actually just the extreme heat striations that happened during this event. You see a lot of it in many locations.
Yes.
Oh, let me go back one picture. Deb, these are great pictures, by the way. This is really good. You can see how the brick wall turned into geological sedimentary layers that took millions of years to form. Runs right into it, guys. That's all brick. It's all muffed up. Go over to this side. Look at it. It's so muffed up, it looks like sedimentary layers. Of course, they would run with that.
Yes.
But look in here. You can make out brick in this spot that's broke open right here. You can make out some brick.
And also, who's carving these melted walls? If they say they are pixel, they always look melted, always never straight. Always rounded and warped. It's yeah.
So you could argue that, well, they're putting these arches up for support, because this is just such an important mine. We have to have all these supports up here, right? Okay, so I just showed you that the walls were actually brick, and they've been so cooked out, they look like a natural formation that geologists want to brainwash your ass with. So clearly it was a building and not a mine, if that's what they're claiming this is. Deb, I'm just hypothesizing on that. I'm not sure where these pictures are from. But I am stating facts here that these are transitioning from brick right into what geologists say are sedimentary layers. So you got, two worlds colliding right here.
Yeah.
Is it brick or is it sedimentary layers? Or is it a little bit of both? You can't have it both ways. I'm sorry. But they'll try. Look at this. Yes. Look at it. Chapu, I'll let you tackle this one.
No, I didn't know. It's just crazy. Look at the arches, how it not melt, but just fits into the wall. It's they have carved supposedly this to put only the bricks there. It's just unthinkable.
These aren't even bricks anymore. They're like ashed out weird shit. Who's gonna make something that looks like that?
Exactly.
What? And then over here we have a brick wall that's all cooked out. This right here, this nice wall.
You got these things right in the middle.
Yeah. Again, you can see all these heat striations and then cooked out brick. Remainder of cooked out brick. Okay, look at this one. Come on. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look at right here on the wall. Right here is brick. Brick. Tranny bricks right here. Transitioning. Bricks. Do you see the heat? You can follow this heat striation right through to here. Going inward on this wall here to where this cooked out brick is. These are not pickaxe marks. You can even see here the heat striations as it moves in through the here. It gets all wavy and stuff right in here. Like we've seen with the frequency of the heat.
What's up, Mark?
Hey, Mark. Again, let's look at this side of the wall. The brick is melting down and running over itself, and it's also getting wavy as well, which probably would have eventually created more heat striations up in here.
Yeah.
Again, who's making this shit up on the ceiling? Are you kidding me right now? That's just no bueno for me.
No, that's too much just for support. It's anyway.
Yeah. Should get on some drops, Chapu. I have to control over drops at this point. Again, they tell us these are sedimentary layers here, all running through here. This is all brick that's underneath whatever this outer coating was here that has heat striations all over it. Not sedimentary layers, cooked out brick.
Yeah.
And again, cooked out brick for supports, because you need those.
Yeah, but look at the ones behind at the back. I don't know. It's I don't know what's happening there.
I don't know. I don't know if that's original or what. I don't know if these are little pockets of survival between the other ones.
Yeah, but why would they just refurbish like these ones? I don't
Right.
know. Yeah, it's
Here you go. Here's some nice ones that survived too, Shippo. And look here, let's look on this side here. See this? See all this right here, guys? This is not pickaxe marks. This is what happens when the heat and the frequency gets up through these bricks and when they're melting.
Motherfucker.
That's right. Again, on this side as well, they'll tell you these are all sedimentary layers through here. This is all just warped out melted brick. You can actually see it was running down. And then you have these bracket arches or struts up here that look like they survived pretty well. Some
look at this, look at this wall, how it bends and turns. You know, why they carve it like this? You know, why when that wall where the arches on on top,
Right.
the left wall, you go up again, go back, zoom out a little bit.
Oh, hold on, sorry.
Yeah, you see the left wall where, it's not even straight. How do you curve a wall like all this one, like the corner and the other side all to the top, it makes a wave. Do you see the wave in the wall, the top part?
Yes, I see the wave up here.
Yeah, like this. You don't carve like this. If you do supposedly pickaxe carve this thing, no, never. You will do it straight. And
the pixelation gets bad on the zoom in, but it looks to me like this part of the wall down here looks just like this brick up here.
Yes.
So up here it's like looking like sedimentary layers, and then down here it looks like it's getting bricky. I can't get in too much on it here, but I'm even trying to look over here on the bottom of this wall because it's all falling apart. It's not as solid looking as up here, but I mean, I can't say for sure because it pixelates out on me.
Yeah.
All right, look at this. Guys, come on. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you realize now you're in a building? I mean, just look at it. Just look at it. Look at it.
Look at these arches everywhere and pillars.
Who's putting this in?
Yeah.
Who's going to put a nice little arch in there in the middle of everything? Are you fucking kidding me? Look at the way this brick is right up into the wall here. All through here. Transitions right into it.
Just to go mine something, they probably say it's a coal mine or something like that. It's just no, I don't buy it.
No, not either. Look at the follow the supposed sedimentary lines, right? Follow these lines. You're gonna follow these lines all the way around and right through this fucking arch right here, right through this arch. These sedimentary layers go through. You see it? It goes right there.
Yeah.
Even on this one here, this one. Oh, sorry. Shit. What did I do? Where was I? I gotta go up a little. Oh no. Let's go back. Where was I? Shippo, help me. Gotta get back to that one.
No. Wait, where is it? Oh, yes. No.
Here we are. Okay. God, there's so many good pictures. All right. Even this one right here. This one has it going through them. Look. You can see it. What they say are sedimentary layers is coming through on this brick arch.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's like shooting fish in a barrel at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And look at this. Look at this cooked out brick. What happened here?
Yeah, this one, just crazy.
I mean, that's like balloon brick marshmallow stuff right there.
Yeah.
This is great stuff, Deb. Great stuff.
Yeah, you can clearly see all the bricks there. What's left of it, because
because now they look like regular rock.
Yeah,
some rock that you would find in your backyard.
And they would call all the white stuff lime, But
exactly.
Mortar is made with lime. You know, if people
Yep.
don't know, it's the same thing.
All right, what do we got here? We got stacked brick everywhere that goes right into the melt. I mean, look over here. This is all stacked brick right all through here, and it comes right down into the melt. All this.
Yeah.
And then this one right here in the front. Let me go up a little, zoom in a little more. This whole thing right here, it's all brick. And it just keeps going down and down. Look, you can even make out the brick down here at the base of this wall right here.
Yep.
And through what they would say is sedimentary layers.
Exactly.
I mean, never mind this whole column right here. I mean, it's just right into it. I suppose this column right here is holding this up right here, right?
Yeah.
This brick's doing right here.
The column F destroyed and melted and fused all together. Yeah. Yeah.
Are they building a mine or mining a building? I'd say they were mining a building.
Exactly.
Yeah, more muffed up arches. You can even make out brick layers up in this hole up here. Wow. It was churning really bad down this part here,
Oh yeah.
especially over here too. This whole side. You could see it really churning up from the ground. It was tore up from the floor up. Boom, baby. That's a good one too.
No social ripper. They're all on Facebook. Well, I don't just create an account to go see them. You know, there's no problem. I know it's
Yeah, look-
control, but they know everything already, so it doesn't
See
matter.
how the heat's going this way and then it's going that way? The striations are going that way and then they're coming up this way. You'll
Yeah.
see that a lot. It's going all different ways.
Yes.
Yeah, my allergies are kicking up bad tonight. Look at this mess. Okay, so right here on this part of your screen is a wall. You can see it. You still make out the brick. Then it goes right into this sloping upward arch up here that has brick up top because you need that right there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This place is crazy. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
really see how the wall was really getting chewed up with the heat all through here. This part's really bad.
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that. I hate it when that happens. Ugh, I gotta zoom back out. And look at how wide and spacious this is. I'm just saying. Okay, again, here, look at this. Wow. These
Yeah.
arches just popping out everywhere.
You can see some of them are just slanted and crushed together because they're not rounded anymore. But some of them, yeah.
This place is nuts.
Oh yeah.
I feel a drop coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, that's a brick.
Every day of the week.
Boom, baby. Look at this cooked out arch right here, guys. Look at that. You can make out the bricks that they have going straight up and down all through the arch right here. This whole thing here is all cooked out, trying to look like natural sedimentary layers disguising itself.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I wonder what they think when they go in here and find all this stuff.
They don't. That's what
55. Look at this, 1855. Well, that's right around X Factor time, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Or the repopulation thereafter and going in and seeing what's left inside these melted buildings, like gold. Very interesting. Again, here you can make out the brick in the wall all through here, all through here. Down you have the heat striations. There's nobody on the ground here pickaxing this shit down here. They didn't have a 2-foot high guy with a little pickaxe and he's down here chiseling this. No, it didn't happen. Look at this one over here. It went completely vertical practically. Do you see how it started out as a sideways side pick like over here? But then over here it went vertical.
Yeah.
Motherfucking titty sucking two ball bitch.
Oh, I love that one. It's one of my favorites.
Yes, I really like it.
All kinds of muffed up shit happening here, but we're gonna move on.
Yeah, this one is the arch.
Look at this one. There's like a whole wall and an arch. So they got the arches coming right out of their sedimentary layers right here. See, this would be considered sedimentary layers.
Yeah.
And then just a big old wall right here that's holding everything up. Brick.
Yeah, this one. Yes.
Why do people always feel compelled to draw penises in places? I just don't get it. Whatever.
No, I don't know. No imagination, I guess.
There's baser, I don't know, basic instincts or whatever. I don't know.
primal instinct.
Primal thoughts all the time. Oh, nothing to see here. Just an arch melted to the fucking ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh, and somebody felt compelled to stick a little brick right here because without that, the whole place would crumble.
Yeah, it looks like it was some of the arches. Same thing. Look at the other side. It's not there.
Oh yeah, right here. It's not here anymore. Good eye, Shapu. Good eye. Deb, these are great pics. Deborah Simpson, Deborah the Red Brick Chick, her YouTube channel, Deborah the Red Brick Chick. Make sure you guys sub and bell. Let's look at the base of this arch right here. Down here, it's so fucking cooked out. It's starting to look like it's sedimentary layers. And this cooked outness runs from here all the way around here and all the way back over here. So this place was getting tore up from the floor up. Like I said, it probably had a really nice floor in it, but it's all cooked away. Just saying. Oh, yeah. This is definitely a building. You still there, Chapeau?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, I was reading the chat.
Oh, okay, cool. I was going to ask you if you're keeping an eye on the chat. Everybody doing good in there?
Yeah.
If this was more muffed up, it could be Ape Cave. They could say this is a lava tube. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
Because it had this stuff running around the side of it here. I'm going to have to blow my nose in a minute. My allergies are going nuts at this time of night.
Wow.
Oh, look at this. Let's look at it. What do we got here?
Yeah. It's just
look at this. That says 1914. Somebody must have been in here in 1914, or they're going to try to say they put this arch up in 1914. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, I mean, look at this. Look at the way this arch is. You could actually see the heat striations turning the bricks right here. See it, Chapeau? Up in the arch?
Yes.
Wow.
Definitely bricks.
Beautiful interior of a building right here. It's just, it's all brick, guys. All of it. All of it.
Dell just said, they labeled it to claim the place.
Yes, I agree with that. That's what they did in the pyramids. They spray painted Khufu on there and said it was his pyramid. Yeah. So they put some spray paint somewhere and then they put a narrative behind it. It could be numbers, it could be a cartouche, it could be whatever. But as long as they could glue a narrative to it and make it stick, they'll run with it.
Yes. Yeah, thanks, Johnny, for the link to Deborah's channel. Melanie is on vacation.
You're Johnny on the spot. All right, guys, I want you to take note of this arch right here and the wall of brick behind it right here. All of that is brick. All of this is brick as well. And this has something sticking out of it right here. I don't know what the hell that is. Looks like metal or something.
Oh, yeah.
Again, over here, the brick is going sedimentary layer on us right here. You can see it. It's all turned into what they say is sedimentary layer, but you can still make the brick out. Fascinating.
Yes.
Look at this. This whole fucking thing is brick. You can quote me on that. It's all cooked out. The heat striations are starting up this wall. Nobody pickaxed this fucking thing. Look at it. Look. It's all brick. Go up the wall. Look at the heat. See the heat traveling up the walls, creating those striations? I can imagine this whole thing happening. Imagine looking down a road and seeing the waves of heat on the road. Okay? It's something like that. See how it goes up and then waves around?
Yes. Yeah.
You even see it over here too. They didn't brick it and then carve it and then brick it and then carve it some more and then slap a few bricks in and then come on. Are you kidding me? Let's use logic and reason here, okay? Wow, look at this.
Yeah, this one just crushed down, you know. It's look at this, the shape of it.
Look at how dark and scorched it is down here on the base.
Yeah.
That's really crazy, this blackening here. And it couldn't have been a fire or anything because it didn't, there's no blackening up the walls. It's
No.
charred. We saw that type of blackening in the fort in Russia. The pictures for the fort in Russia that had the supposed napalm accident.
Yes.
We saw that type of where the brick had the heat striations in them. There were vertical lines, and it was literally blackened like this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look at the floor. Gosh, it's like a molten mess. Oh, here we go. Whole bunch of brick with some pickaxe marks.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do down underground. We brick and we pickaxe.
Yeah, that's how we mine also, you know, just build the walls and just mine what I know. It's
Look at the ceiling. The ceiling is all brick. It's crisscrossing arches everywhere.
Yeah.
Who's doing this? Do they have any time to mine while they're building a building in their mine?
exactly. It's the same type of ceiling like cathedrals. It's just amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
Or what they call like cistern under like the palaces, you know.
Yeah, and look how far down it goes. I mean, it just keeps going and going.
Yes.
Okay, here you go. Here's a great example of heat striations, cooked out part of the wall that goes right into the transition bricks right here. Here you have cooked out brick. It's almost forming those indentations where you can see where the brick was, just like we saw up on Mount Shiha with what Jeremy discovered up there. You can see where the brick was. You can make out the brick mortar lines, but there's like a phantom brick there now. It's like an indentation. As you can see, you move up the wall here, it gets more wonky and stuff. It seems to have gotten really bad right up in this area, but it also went over this way and just really cooked everything out, leaving you the impression that somebody came in and chiseled this part out, but nothing could be further from the truth. When you look up here, you could see how this wall has melted into almost one large smooth piece here of melted brick.
Yes.
But you could still make it out. The eagle eye in you can still make out the brick and the lines as well. But this is all extreme heat damage along here. This is nobody carved this out like this.
No.
In my opinion, for sure. Nobody's down there on the ground picking out that little corner there. It's just not happening. Even the ceiling, you can see the ceiling.
Yes.
You can see the heat striations on the ceiling as well. And you can see where they don't make sense, these heat striations, where they get real wavy and stuff. It would not be consistent with swinging a pickaxe, in my opinion.
No. And look at this. Oh, what is this arch, you know? It's
yeah, that's a pretty shitty arch. What's that going to do? The whole operation's hinged on these arches. Look at the floor. I mean, the floor's tore up.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back to this one. This is the first picture, again, with that dome. And I think you can make out a little brick under here. Let me zoom in on this little spot here. Yeah, see, underneath this, whatever coating this may have been, you can see brick under it right here.
Yeah.
And here as well. So this is probably some sort of outer coating like we see in the forts, like Fort Jefferson had a whitewash coating over it.
Yeah.
An insulation, an insulator for a battery. When you have this much brick, you're having energy stored in these bricks. So you would need insulation of some type. And I think that's why they put a white plaster over a lot of this stuff. Some of it you can even see through here probably too. Some of it you can even see like residue of it still on the walls. If you look at Fort Jefferson, and look at way down here, guys. Wow. But if you look at Fort Jefferson, I did a live stream on it a while ago. You can see a lot of this whitewash residue still on the walls that hasn't completely melted off.
Yeah.
During the event.
Yes.
Let's see if I can go to there you go. So this, I would say this was probably plastered as well, just like the last one. The plaster's off of it, or maybe it all melted off.
Yeah. Here,
it's still here a little bit. Very interesting. All right, so we're going to get out of this.
Yeah, sometimes the plaster fuses with the bricks, and sometimes it just fall off like flakes and stuff. You know, it depends on, again, who made it and how it was made. I guess if people made it.
Well, we covered, at least I did a while back. This explorer was going into a fort from World War I or something. Now, it was already there way before World War I, but they had used it supposedly as a shelter. And it went deep inside this mountain. And they had these like metal arch things in there that they put in during World War I. But one of the things was off the wall, and you could see what was on the other side of this metal arch. And it was a set of brick stairs that went up to another level and an arch of brick leading right into a melted wall.
Yeah, I remember that.
I want you seeing that. And even the guys were like, well, why the fuck would they do that? Where do these stairs go? Like, how many levels are there to this thing?
Yeah. And
it was pretty amazing. I think somebody did a show on it, some other channel trying to make fun of me.
Oh,
showing
really?
that stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to name any names. Some jackwagon from last year. Let's just put it that way. But we all know what it was. If anybody's watched that, I could try to look for it. It would take me a while, and I don't want to waste a bunch of time doing that tonight on this show. But we'll have it ready for next show. You guys will enjoy it. These are amazing photos. Thank you. They're Deborah, the Red Brick Chicks photos. Her name is Deborah Simpson on Facebook, and she is also always posting in Meltology 101 and Mountains Are Melted Brick Buildings, and All Mountains Are Melted Brick Buildings, everything. She's always posting everywhere. She's got good stuff. What's this? We all believe in Christ over here, right? Well, I do. I mean, if there's people in here that don't, I mean, that's between them and, you know, what they got going on.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to sit here and say you can't come and watch my show if you don't believe in Jesus. That's between you and Jesus. You know, but I do. Hey, Aaron, what's up? What's up? Who's making fun of our jet? No, not that jackwagon. The other jackwagon. I saw one show one night, and it was like they were covering that whole thing, and they're trying to explain it away like it was just a regular bomb shelter, like nothing to see here or whatever like that. But, you know, we know better.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I got to get this comment off the stream. I can't talk right. I need to take a little break. I'm going to go blow my nose. We are at the 1 hour and 19 minute mark, so I think we're going to do a little bathroom break here.
All right.
You need a 4-minute song. Here we go. Ready?
Yes.
They get
All right, guys, we're back.
Yeah.
What's up, Steph? Hi, are you late? Oh my God, I got dropped for that. Hold on.
He is late.
I think she's starting.
I don't feel turd.
All right. So last show I was talking about water. I was talking about the importance of drinking good, clean water, distilled water, preferably. And I was reading from a website that I had up what doctors say about water and what kind of water you should be drinking. So I'm going to share that again. Hold on. Hey, Pepper. What are you doing, Pepper Kitty? You want to say hi to everybody? Hold on. I have to come off screen share for that. Come here. Psst, where are you going? Come back. Hold on, guys. Pepper wants to say hi. Come here, Pepper girl. My little peppermint. Come here. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, she's a big girl now. Say hi, Pepper.
So pretty.
She's so big. Look at her. Look how big she is.
Oh yeah.
She's definitely part Mancoon for sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. What, baby? I'm doing a show. She's got food downstairs, but she loves treats. She's always want. I think wherever she came from, when I found her, she was already 6 months old. I think they were training her with treats because she'll come in from outside and go in her litter box and do her thing, and then like expect treats, which doesn't make any sense because you don't have to train a cat to use the litter box.
Yeah.
You just stick them in there and put their paw, and they're good to go. But she's in this weird like treat mode. Like I'm like, what were they doing with it? Were they maybe this cat can roll over? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe she does tricks. Yeah.
Right? All right, so let me get back into this screen share. So enough of Pepper. All right. Why this thing always pops up. Okay, so we're reading from, let's scroll back up here to the top. What doctors say about drinking distilled water.
Okay.
And I read some of this last week. Let's see what doctors, let's see. Doctors.
Yeah. Jinx tonight is, I don't know where she is. She's just sleeping, I guess.
She's pretty quiet right now. Surprised.
Yeah.
Experts warn against drinking distilled water for extended periods. Okay, it says it right here. Experts warn against drinking distilled water for extended periods, saying it lacks the essential minerals your body needs. The absence of minerals such as magnesium, calcium, and sodium can disrupt the body's metabolism and cause electrolyte imbalance. Some doctors will tell you it will kill you. But basically, that's all lies because it actually cleans out your whole system, and you won't need the doctor or any experts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I had read what 24 doctors say about drinking distilled water. I'm going to drop this link in the chat for anybody who did not see my last live stream and want to look at this at your own leisure. I was going to read a certain section here. Let me go back to, oh, here it's over here. Sorry, I'm so lost in my tabs. Here, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to read the first one again because it talks about everything that we just covered here on this last doctor's statement, expert, whatever the hell it was. Distilled water is the greatest solvent on earth. It is the only water that can be taken into the body without damaging tissue. What we as scientists and the public have never realized is that minerals collected in the body from water are all inorganic materials, which cannot be assimilated, digested by the body. The only minerals that the body can utilize are the organic minerals from fruits and vegetables. All other types of minerals are foreign substances to the body and must be disposed or eliminated. Today, many progressive doctors prescribe distilled water to their patients. All kidney machines operate on distilled water.
Yeah. Yeah, to clean your kidneys, you need to drink a lot of the distilled water, you know, so you don't have kidney stones because of the minerals that your body cannot eliminate, you know. So
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to read this one again. I read it on my show last week. Okay, so Dr. Evans says, used as a drink. And now I drink distilled water every day. I have it right here next to me. I drink it all day long. I cook with it, everything. Used as a drink. Oh my gosh, why can't I just highlight one thing? Used as a drink, distilled water is absorbed directly into the blood. The solvent properties of which it increases to such an extent that it will keep in solution salts already existing in the blood, preventing their undue deposit in various organs and structures, favor their elimination by the various excreta, and tend to remove these earthy compounds which have already accumulated in the body. There is no doubt as to the high value of distilled water freely as a retarder of the ossifying conditions which appear to constitute old age. Boom, baby. Now let's go back over here and see what these doctors and experts say. Expert warns against distilled water, drinking distilled water for extended periods, saying it lacks the essential minerals your body needs. The absence of minerals such as magnesium, calcium, and sodium can disrupt the bodies. Well, it already said in the last statement that it allows certain things to remain where they're supposed to remain and not get deposited in other places.
yeah.
And let's say there is no doubt as to the high value of distilled water used freely. I use it freely as a retarder of the ossifying condition. An ossifying condition. Can you, Shapu, look up the word ossifying for me before we go any further? OSSIFYING. So we'll
Yeah,
just look it up.
it's probably about the skeleton or bones. Ossifying what?
It's ossifying conditions.
Conditions.
OSSIFYING.
Yeah.
I don't know the definition. That's why I do.
It's a thing about bones.
So it's ossifying conditions, which would be things like osteoporosis. Sorry about your luck. You're getting old. You're getting brittle bones.
Yeah, calcification of the bones, and yeah, that's what.
Ossifying conditions which appear to constitute the condition of old age, guys. When I have told you in the past, sorry, go ahead, Chipo.
Oh, I was reading what's the common when old age, when you hurt yourself or a break thing, the bone doesn't like heal.
Right.
That's what it means. Ossifying.
They put aging accelerants in our food and in the water.
Yes.
An aging accelerant is any of this type of stuff they're talking about. They're these inorganic materials that they tell us. You know how many people are out there buying water with minerals added to it? Are you fucking kidding me? Sure, it might not hurt them today or tomorrow, but let that person get up in their 50s and 60s and 70s and see how they feel. They want to keep you slow, sick, and dying with a short lifespan. And whatever little life you have towards the end of your life isn't going to be pleasant.
No.
All right, I wanted to go here. Alexander Graham Bell. Here's what Alexander Graham Bell has to say. Dr. Alexander Graham Bell, inventor of the telephone. If he's really the inventor of the telephone, I don't know. But clearly he's a doctor, okay? So he's got that going on. Recognize the health value of distilled water and claim that its daily use prolonged his life. The daily use of distilled water prolonged his life. Affected the bedridden with sciatica, Dr. Bell could find no relief for pain. The attack came just as he was investigating the deposits of salt in the human system. A well-known scientist had written a book in which he said that old age comes from such deposits. Okay? Old age comes from such deposits. This is when I tell you distilled water is a fountain of youth for your body. I'm not lying, guys. And that the ills of advanced years were due to the lack of their elimination. So not only are they being deposited throughout your body, they're not getting eliminated, they're accumulating. Throw fluoride into the mix after all this other shit.
Yeah.
He believes that when such deposits went to the joints, man had rheumatism. How many people have been told they have rheumatism or rheumatoid arthritis?
Yeah.
Sorry about your luck, you're getting old. When they went to the kidneys, he had kidney trouble and stones in the urinary organs. And when they got lodged in the arteries, they produced what was called hardening of the arteries. In the same way, when such deposits coated the nerves, then caused sciatica.
Yeah.
Do you see that you're drinking your illnesses, guys? You're drinking your illnesses.
Yeah. Drinking and heating and everything.
Says I could get rid of some of the salts where covering my sciatic nerves. I tried drinking it and it worked like a charm. I have kept up my drinking of distilled water and attributed my almost perfect health largely to it. And that's Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you.
Again, here we have Flinchbaugh. I can't really say his name, Robert Flinchbaugh.
No,
The evidence that distilled water acts as a solvent within the body, dissolving inorganic mineral deposits, is very important. A growing body of evidence suggests that distilled water dissolves and removes these diseases. Because when you have dis-ease removed, you only have ease then.
Yes.
And we should all be living healthy and have ease in our life, not dis-ease.
Yeah.
Causing minerals and flushes out hundreds of dangerous chemicals that have been taken into the body as well. And this is throughout your lifetime, guys. Distilled water is not only free from pollutants, but it apparently helps remove them as well from the cells of the body, thus purifying the body so that it can function as it should. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
More proof. If you decide on bottled water, make sure it's distilled. However, in the long run, you'll save money if you clean your water at home, meaning put a distiller unit on.
Yeah.
It's more convenient than hauling gallons of jugs in the store. And I know this because I haul gallons of jugs from the store. But my water does not stay long enough in those jugs for the jugs to ever break down and anything to go in the water. I buy 10 to 12 jugs of distilled water each week, and I use every one of them. By the end of the week, I'm buying more. And I've been doing that for years now. Home distiller is the best method and also the best way to get distilled water. It is the only reliable home water purification for taking fluoride out of the water. Also, you can use reverse osmosis, but for me, I would go distilled. So that being said, I'm going to go over here to this. I'm going to have to come off the screen share so I can share audio.
Yeah.
Present again.
Yeah, the water, this distilled water doesn't only absorb minerals and stuff. It absorbs also the emotion of the person, like pouring it and putting it in the bottle. Just like when some people just pray to the water or just say good things, or just like we're gonna show later with the Emoto experiment. It's it absorbs the emotions of the people around.
I'm just trying to go back a little here and see where I want to start real quick on this. All right, we'll listen to this real quick.
Hoax science.
Our CDC and the liars in Washington, D.C. have only had success in countries that speak English for the vast majority of the disposal of their hazardous waste product. That means that you and I and our children in the United States are the largest consumers of hydrofluosilicic acid. Call it what it is. Hydrofluosilicic acid. What is that? Hydro's water, fluo, fluoride, silicic, sand, and it's missing an electron. It's acidic. It'll kill you. You take your hand, dip it in like that, you're going to die. Hydrofluosilicic acid does not occur in nature. It's a man-made molecule, and it eats through concrete, glass, stainless steel, fiberglass, plastic. You name it, it'll eat it. So why are we putting that in the water?
It's toxic. It'll kill you. You touch it, it kills you. Just before we pour it into our drinking water, there's a skull and bones right on the side of the packaging. You need to wear a hazmat suit.
First tonight, hazmat crews from all across our area responded to a chemical leak this afternoon in Rock Island. The chemical was so strong that it was burning through the concrete there. News 8's Christy Mergenthal has the latest.
It was just before 1 o'clock Thursday afternoon when hazmat crews were called to the Rock Island water treatment plant for a chemical spill coming from this tanker truck. The chemical hydrofluorosilic acid is used to add fluoride to the plant's water. After several hours, crews were able to clean up the leak, allowing operations to return to normal.
That shit was eating away the concrete.
Yeah.
Eating it away. Imagine what that shit does to your bones after accumulating over 50, 60 years living in a fluoridated city.
Yes.
No bueno.
No.
They had to clear off the area, obviously, but as far as the treatment of the water and the amount of water, being used by the public, there's no effect on that at all.
That's how they transport it. It's extremely aggressive. It'll eat through almost anything, including concrete.
It'll eat through glass, steel, titanium, bricks, anything.
Bricks?
So you have to ask yourself, guys, why are they sticking this shit in your toothpaste?
Yes.
Got it in the water. I do not use fluoridated toothpaste. Just saying. You got to protect yourself on all fronts, especially the toothpaste, because that's going right into your mouth. It's absorbing right under your tongue. And it even says on there, only put a tiny pea size on your toothbrush. And if you swallow it, call poison control. But yet when you see the commercials for Crest, they have the thing slathered all the way across the toothbrush. That's conditioning. So you never read what it says. You just see the commercial and you do what the commercial shows you to do.
Exactly.
So, I'm going to drop this link. This is called The Great Culling, Our Water documentary. I highly advise people share this with their loved ones if you want them to know about the fluoride in the water, and you can tell them, especially if people have gout or other illnesses with joint pain, arthritis, all this stuff. You should start drinking distilled water, get your loved ones on it. I don't know if you ever noticed, but years ago, probably about 5 to 7 years ago, I was seeing baby water, jugs of baby water with fluoride added. I mean, how fucking diabolical is that? And I have one here on this movie where he talks about the IQ of people here. I got to find where it is here. He talks about the IQ, how people's IQs go down the more you have in you. Where the heck is it? It's an hour. Something right here. Let me see where it's at. Is this it? Right on human intelligence.
Yeah, because I think a study showed that with most people, where that the only place that the body can store like this fluoride, it's like on top of your brain somewhere. So it probably pushes on your brain, and people just cannot think straight. I don't know.
All right, here we go.
Lowered IQ.
They've actually got it down to one.
Can you hear this okay? Because it sounds really low on my end.
No, it's okay. I hear it. Okay.
Milligram dose of fluoride causes a 0.59 loss in IQ points. The average IQ is 100. So if you're 95, you're in the back of the class napping because you can't understand what the person in the front is saying. And you're going to get a nice job pushing the broom around. So what if you got twice that dose? Okay, you're down to 90. So what they showed in studies in other countries is that you lose all your genius out of your society. You've damaged the intellect.
But new research from China
of your society. And that's exactly what they have done, guys. That is exactly what they have done. There are no more critical thinkers. I mean, we're a rare breed. This is why they're able to get away with what they're getting away with. They started fluoridating our water right after World War II. Hitler was using the fluoride in the water to keep the people in the concentration camps, if this was the way it went down, docile. Because fluoride makes you docile. You don't fight back. You don't don't critically think anything. You just go along. You acquiesce.
Yes.
All right,
Exactly.
I'm handing it over to you, baby.
Oh, you're
I
you're
do want
done.
to reiterate the fluoride in toothpaste because I didn't cover that last time when I was on. And non-fluoridated toothpaste is the way to go. It's much more expensive. It's not going to be $2 for the Crest. Like you're going to pay $6, $7. Maybe in some areas you might pay $10 for a tube only this big.
Yeah.
But you got to do it or make your own. A lot of
Yeah.
people make their own toothpaste. There's that.
Yeah, there's a lot of way to do it, with what was it called again? This Arm and Hammer powder. Shit.
Hammeramic powder.
Arm and Hammer, the company.
Oh, Arm and Hammer. Baking soda.
Baking soda. Yeah, baking
Peppermint.
soda. And put like my God, I'm so tired. Coconut oil mixed with it. And
Coconut oil's really good.
if you have like ash, also it's good to mix like
I don't
just
think you should use mineral toothpaste. Just make sure you don't swallow any of those minerals.
Yeah.
They're trying to get you. You don't want foreign substances going into your body like certain minerals and stuff.
Yeah, minerals and vitamins also. They say a lot of people just take vitamins that so
They put
your
fluoride
body.
in them.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to show, Chapu?
Well, I was talking about how water retains like our emotions and stuff.
Yeah.
And
It has memory.
Yeah, and it has some kind of memory, and you can put like information into water. Also, there's so much thing you can do with water because water is everything here.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but let me just say, Angela, Tom's has fluoridated toothpaste and it has non-fluoridated toothpaste. And I made the mistake one time of grabbing the wrong box and got home and had to return it. So you do have to watch. They have the non-fluoridated kind. I don't use Tom's. I was using Burt's Bees. Now I'm using this other kind that I really like. But they're not cheap, It'd probably be a lot cheaper to make your own.
Yeah. Yes. So, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, water. How water retains everything. Like information, and the most important thing is our thoughts, and the Emoto experiment.
Well, let me tell you, Kitty.
Yes.
When you drink distilled water, you don't have a lot of fat going on.
No.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you get healthy. You stop drinking all that toxic stuff like sodas and everything, and drink distilled water all the time.
Yeah. The water is the communication system of this place.
Hey, I'm 53.
Yeah.
A little junk in the trunk, but
that's okay. You need some warm moments. Yeah, so the water is like the communicating system of
Bobby's saying our teeth are minerals, but this would be natural to our body, not inorganic minerals.
Yeah, it's minerals, but some kind of calcium. Again, what they are telling you is the words that they invented to just represent something.
Like telling you got to drink milk for calcium. You need calcium. You got to drink milk. No, you don't need to drink milk. Milk is a mucus-causing drink.
Yes. A lot of mucus. Yes.
Yeah.
So, what was I saying again?
Right. Just for you all the time. Yes, Sean.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some that they advertise it like that, but who knows? We don't.
You got to do your research. You really got to do your research into these companies. You got to call the numbers. You got to talk to people. There's companies out there that I wouldn't trust as far as I can throw them, like the big name brands and stuff.
Yeah.
They purposely corrupt our water because they know it's going to corrupt us if we take it into our system. And well, that's going to make the pharmaceutical companies shit tons of money.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big system. They all play, and they all own those companies that play on everything. So just comes back to them all the way. It's a sick society, you know.
Yep, and there's no measure of health being well adjusted in a profoundly sick society.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Steffi's just said insane in the brain.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, Steph.
Yeah.
All right, Poo, what do we got going on?
Oh, I was talking about how the water is like communicating always with us and the world. You know, it's the communication system of this place. You know, it's you can put everything in. You know, you always have these stories of people like having like IDs in the shower or when they're outside in the rain. You know, things come to them, but you know, it's probably the
I've had a
water.
lot of things come to me in the shower.
Yeah. Sometimes you know how people sing in the shower. Why do you think they sing? Just no, because maybe they in their head they hear music, but it comes from the water. I believe that water is doing music because in the shower sometimes you can hear some ringing, some things, and you think, oh, maybe my phone rang, but you got out of the shower and nobody phoned you. You know, so where did you hear that sound? So it probably comes from the water itself, and it's
I do a lot of
communicating.
praying in the shower too.
Oh,
Because
nice.
God is in the rain, you know, He's in the water. He created it.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
And they cannot recreate water, right, Shapu?
No, water recreates itself
Yeah.
every time. Because I made like a video like 3 years ago about the secrets of water fountains and waterfalls. You know, do you remember when you were young? There were fountains everywhere in the malls and in the parks. Today, there's none everywhere because these fountains purify the air all around it with the water. You know,
Yeah, they can't have that.
no, the water just takes some carbon and release some oxygen while it pours out from the waterfalls, and you can clearly smell it when you're close to waterfall. The air is really good. You know, you can really taste the air. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's sweet. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep, Johnny, I was given the fluoride tablets in school. I think was it you, Shapu, or CFM that said you guys got it every Friday?
No, yeah, I got it only once. Me, I said it on CFM show. I only got it once, and when I came back home after the school, I said to my mom, "You got to write to the principal. I'm not taking this stuff ever again. You know, I don't like what it does in my mouth. It tastes like aluminum. You know, when you bite to it on aluminum.
I remember that shit. It was horrible.
Yeah,
And they gave it to you when you were young in grade school. It was like first, second, third, and fourth.
Yeah.
They knew exactly what they were doing to the children. They don't want critical thinkers.
Exactly.
They just want worker bees who assimilate to whatever the narrative is.
Yes.
Don't question anything.
No. All right. So we'll play like parts of the Emoto documentary.
Okay.
Present share screen. No. What? How will I do it? All right. Yes, exactly. All right. So I'll put the link in the chat if anybody wants to go see it. So I think tell me if you hear the sound. John, did you hear sound?
Yes.
All right. Just like I said, they start with the waterfall, and you see all this mist. It's all new water being created, you know, because this water falling creates movement in the air, and the exchange just does the work. You know, Mother Nature is the perfect engineer of this place. So. You know, people say there's no sound. Patty, no sound. Do you hear it, Jen? Or she's not there? So if people could you hear the video, the sounds? Just put a 1 or a yes. Because no sound, okay. Because the new StreamYard has too much choices. It's weird. All right. So just tell me, Jen, if you hear this one. No.
Okay. Sorry, I had to get up for a minute.
Yeah, I ask people, they say no sound, so I'll.
Okay. Yep, we're good.
Circulating the earth and nurturing the soil is the source of all life forms on this planet. But there is a side of water that has gone unexplored until now. Dr. Masaru Emoto of IHM General Institute has studied water for many years. Through his research, he has come up with an innovative new way to capture the essence of water. Based on his work, he has published a collection of photographs entitled Messages from Water.
Yeah. Just an overview of what he did.
Take your time, you're good.
There's 2 parts that I want to show. Not this, where he shows the experiments.
What's up, Ruckus? I saw your mama in here earlier. Gloria was in here earlier in the chat. What's up, Gloria?
All right.
Trisha, what's up?
Yeah. Now you will show places from different places that he took water from and just froze it to have make it some forms, and you will see that.
A lateral view of the ice block reveals a protrusion at the top. That is because rather than growing 2-dimensionally, water crystals grow 3-dimensionally from the center of the core out.
Oh, wow.
Unlike tap water, Water from natural sources produces a variety of beautiful crystal structures, captivating
pause it
our
right here.
eyes.
This reminds me of the structures we see in cathedrals.
Yes.
You know, the spires, the 4 spires with the 5th one in the center, and all this ornate stuff all over it, just like this.
Yeah. There's star forts and floor tiles and everywhere. It's the same pattern that is everywhere.
Ruckus, I don't know why you can't hear anything. We have sound on.
Oh, maybe she's
You
late.
might be a little bit behind.
Yes.
If you're a little behind in the stream, we fixed that problem.
Yeah. If you click the live button in the stream, you will be okay. Yeah, these crystal formation, they come from like the hexagonal pattern from the start.
You know, Donnie, I was thinking that myself. If you could read water, like say if they took a sample, how they take ice core samples, could it show, you know, the X Factor event, like what that looked like frozen in time? I don't know, but that's a very good question there. So I was thinking that along those same lines.
But these samples that they took from the furthest, they say it's the purest water. So if the water was the purest, it was really a great time to live. You know? Everybody was happy. And
right now you look at our water, it's all corrupted mostly.
yes,
because all the water.
Yeah, I think I skipped the place where they showed tap water, or maybe it's later. And there's no perfect pattern like this, you know. It's
This is water, revealing another side of itself. Photographs that capture the unique radiance of water in its crystal form can be our guides into the esoteric world of water.
Wow.
yeah, this is his first experiment, just taking water from different places already with the natural formations in it. But in his later life, he made other experiment that we could affect the water everywhere.
ことは、原理原則をしていれば別にその不思議な話ではないね。
And now he would.
How will the crystals change when water is exposed to music? In order to maintain consistency, we use distilled water throughout the experiment.
Yeah, I saw a comment from Aurora, all the trees. Yeah, but all things communicate through water. You know, air is water.
Oh man, have you ever seen them cut open a tree and water comes flowing out of it like crazy?
Yes. Yes, and I believe all water is connected in some way. You know, from underground sources to up to lakes. All water is like one. You know, if one place moves, all water moves. Just like in a pool or in a tub, you know, you just displace one section, it displaces it all completely.
Right.
Yeah, and on a plane model, you know, all water is level everywhere. So it's
Juan, I think Juan's
Exactly.
What's up, Juan?
Welcome, Juan.
This is crystallized water before it is exposed to music. Watch what happens when we play Mozart.
Dude, it's growing.
Yeah, no.
Some of the near-death experiences said that heaven is like this, that it's constantly growing. Everything's just, if you pick a fruit off of a tree, another one immediately grows back. It's just constant harmony and symphony.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter if the narrative is BS, you know. If you can feel the music, you know, you know what it is.
Wow.
And I guess this is like a accelerated video, probably from the freezer, I guess. They don't explain how they do it. They did it, you know. But anyway, you can see that different music affected differently, make a different structure depending on the frequency and I guess.
That's so amazing how you can tune into these different frequencies and get these different patterns.
Just like star forts, you know.
Right. So if you build a star fort that's in one of these patterns, it only stands to reason that that particular structure is emanating that frequency.
Yes, exactly.
And if you,
and I showed you like how different the same frequencies affect things that are the same frequency, like the tuning forks, you know. When I showed the video of the guy just banging on a tuning fork 432 with the 440. When you touch the 432, nothing's happened to the 440. But if you put two 432 side by side and you hit one, the other will vibrate because it catches the same vibration because it is the same. Yeah. And that's how these pillars communicate, you know, these obelisk. If you built it the same way, same height, same size, they communicate directly with each other because they are actually the same.
Yep.
Same frequency.
That's why Egypt had so many obelisks.
Yes.
There was obelisks all over the place, guys. This is why we see so many obelisks in the graveyards now, because I believe those obelisks were at one time in front of all these buildings.
Yeah.
Or even on top of the buildings.
Exactly. So here in this part, it's like the rice experiment, if you know the rice experiment, you know, when you write hate, love, and anything on it. This is what you will try with the water.
この見事にできたわけですね。あ、そうか。文字にも振動があるんだ。文字にも情報があるんだな。ということが分かりました。だから、もうそれで実際に波動測定をしたところが、ものの見事にできたわけですね。あ、そうか。
Here you see, look, you realize that the words that you put into the water retains the vibrational information. So this is just the frequency, the vibration
All right. And we're made of over 70% water. I read you the percentages on my last show of the
Yes.
organs. The heart's 85% water. The liver is like 75% water. All these different organs. If you're putting out hate on somebody,
Yeah.
or if you're self-loathing yourself in any kind of way, these are the frequencies that are going through your whole body system.
Yes. And how do you call it when you put some like a curse on somebody or something? Like you call it an X, you know?
Oh.
EHEX, like hexagon.
Yeah.
And this is the shape that the water retains. It's like an hexagonal shape.
Oh, no bueno.
Yeah.
文字にも振動があるんだ、文字にも情報があるんだなということが分かりました。だから文字を水に見せてみよう。そしたら水はそれすらもね、その振動すらも感じて、何らかの答えを出してくれるんではないだろうかと。
You know, they writing, you know, you can write anything. I don't know if water can read the language, but I think it's when you write it and you put your own like your thoughts and vibration of it into the water, you know, because I don't think water can read. You know? It's your own thoughts.
Words have frequency, thoughts have frequency. If you're thinking the word and then you put it out of your mouth, it's the same thing.
Yes.
The first word we exposed water to was arigato. This is a Japanese word for thank you. The result was a formation of a beautiful crystal structure.
Now let's pause it there for a minute. The same effect has been documented with using English words as well, like thank you and all this stuff. So it doesn't matter. It still retains the same frequency.
Yes. That's why
water knows this.
Yes. That's why I'm saying water. I don't think water can read language. It's your own thoughts and frequencies that you put in when you do it, you know.
Conversely, this is what happened when we exposed the water to negative words, such as you fool.
You see, there's no pattern whatsoever, no crystal, no.
Yeah, that's horrible.
That's just ugly, you know, not beautiful at all. No, Johnny, cool. There's no language. Language and tone doesn't exist. It's your own thought process and your frequency that you put out when you do these things, when you do think of something. And
so listen, you don't have to think of the word hate in 20 different languages to hate somebody. It is a vibrational frequency that is put out through your thoughts. And this is what we mean when we have an impact on this X Factor event, when we have an impact on each other this way. If we would spiritually level up, we would be connected to each other in a mannerism that is completely foreign to us right now.
Yes. And this one looks like a guy that's been like killed or something.
Yeah, it's like a body outline.
Yeah.
Dead body.
Yeah. You make me sick, I will kill you. You know, it's
no bueno.
Just looks bad.
Multiple experiences.
Yeah, Johnny, you could say hate, but in your mind you can think of love, and it would be love. You know, it doesn't matter what you say. It's out what your thoughts or your intentions. That's the word I was thinking when you say it. You know, that's what is really the thing behind it. Your own intention behind your words.
Yeah, hate has a frequency. Love has a frequency. If you hate somebody, but you say it in a really nice way, I don't think it's going to come out.
No,
it will be coming out as love.
Yes.
You can't fool Mother Nature. Just saying.
Yeah, it knows everything. Yeah.
Experiments followed as we continued to expose water to positive and negative words. As a result, we observed major differences in crystal formation.
And also it all depends on the person you know, that puts the water into these vials,
Mm-hmm.
because not all the same people are at exactly the same mood and vibrational frequencies at the same time always. So they don't talk about that in this one, but if you look at other experiments that the same type, it depends on the person that does it. Some people it works for them, and the people right beside them that does the same thing doesn't work, but it's because of their own thoughts and vibration.
Is Pants on late?
It looks like, yes.
I don't feel tardy.
You are tardy, my friend.
Must, what, I don't know what the other part that he was thinking about when he put it, but it's just weird.
Yeah.
Beautiful words manifest as beautiful crystals. Gentle words manifest as gentle crystals. By appearing before us in its crystal form, water is letting us see the hidden power behind words.
Words with an S in front of it is swords.
Yes.
Let that sink in for a minute.
Here is
it will be like the rice experiment.
Another experiment that characterizes
really
the mystical power of words. Inspired by our previous experiment, a mother and son came up with an experiment that they could perform on their own. In this,
Did you ever say that you tried it with your son, John?
No, but it's really interesting, this whole place of experiment.
This experiment, they put cooked rice into 2 glass containers. Every day they said thank you to one and you fool to the other. The elementary school-age son continued this experiment for 1 month. At the end of the month, the rice that was told thank you gave off a rich and pleasant smell like that of malted rice. The rice that was told you fool turned black and gave off a foul odor. As this experiment gained popularity amongst the readers of messages from water, it was repeated and reported by many. Words are said to breathe life. These photographs clearly showcase the power that lies within them.
Yes, everybody can try it, You can even try it with words, with written words, or just thoughts. And I think it will be the same
Absolutely. You could just speak it to each jar.
Yeah.
Keep them separate, not this close, I don't think. But,
yeah. But when I pour my own distilled water into my glass jars, I always think like positive thoughts and love, and try to
it's
not to
love and gratitude, thankfulness, joy, happiness.
Exactly.
When I stored my water, when I was storing water, and I still have water stored under my house because you just never know when shit's going to go down and you're going to need extra water. When I would store it, I would write on the bottles love or happiness. So it was is taped on there, or you could see it written in marker on it.
Yeah, I've got the same things on my bottles. Yeah, Aurora, talk to your plants. Yeah, plants are 90% water. It's the water that all the secrets.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Next, we conducted another experiment, one that involved
Oh, my
projecting our
sister's
thoughts
here.
onto
Hold on,
water
pause this.
and testing the effect.
Melissa Parachin, that's my sister. She's saying separate rooms. You could do it in separate rooms or across the room, but you don't want one right next to the other and like yell at the one and, you know, have them separated at least by a few feet anyway. But I would do it probably one on one side of the room and one on the other.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're here, Melissa. I love you. All right.
Of human thought forms and words.
And this one, they just do the thoughts.
集合始まるよ
Through our website, we rounded up a group of volunteers to help us with this experiment. 4 groups of parents and their children participated. In this experiment, we used 2 glasses of tap water taken from Tokyo. We should note here that crystal formation has always eluded the waters of Tokyo. To one glass, all of the participants expressed gratitude, first out loud, then with their eyes closed. Next, they observed the water for any changes.
お水さんを大切にします。お水さんを大切にします。はい。それじゃあ今言った言葉、お水に対する思い、これをみんなで目をつぶって祈ってください。はい、じゃあ目をつぶってください。1分間です。
The researcher is now transferring this water onto petri dishes. The children look on curiously.
So the intention is in the water. 3 hours later, that means this water holds memory.
Yes, exactly. Now again, there's another people looks like they're worshiping water god. Yes, this is your world. It's everywhere. It's not about any god. This is what the indoctrination has told you. You know,
I'll tell you what, water is vital to our existence.
Exactly.
Here in this earthly plane.
Yeah. Just like when they say worshiping the sun is what? Without sun, there's nothing here. You know, it's one of the most important thing with here with the sun, the water. There's no worshiping it. It's just loving it. You know, it's anyway. I hate this word.
最初にみんながいろんな
3 hours later, the frozen water is ready for observation.
みんなで祈りを込めて言葉をかけた結晶を見ていきます。
We will start with the water that was left alone. Like so many times before, once again, we observed a total lack of beautiful crystal formation in the tap water from Tokyo.
What the hell's going on in Tokyo that they can't even muster up some good thoughts in that water? That's not good.
なりかけもあったんだけど、ちゃんと形になれなくて、気持ち悪いようなそんな感じのもあった。ちゃんとなんかちゃんとした結晶になったやつが一つもなかった。
You didn't see a single crystal.
Yep.
Next, we will observe the water that was exposed to good thoughts. The children gaze into the monitor. What will happen to the tap water when their thoughts become one?
Uh-oh.
Then, from within the darkness of the microscope, a small crystal appeared and slowly started to grow.
Man, that means that there is a lot of negativity in that water.
A magnification increase.
Yes, yes. it's a big city, you know. It's
And
probably
it's in China, Tokyo, right?
Tokyo, yeah.
So, there's a lot of muffed up stuff going on over there in China with their people, and they keep them docile over there and all.
In Japan, yeah, in Japan,
Tokyo, Japan.
yes.
I don't know.
Revealed the sudden emergence of a single crystal, clear and simple, as if to epitomize the thoughts of the people who had gathered.
But you can transform any bad water into good water. That's what they're showing you.
Right.
How this bad water can become real crystallized, really beautiful water.
Imagine if we all got together and really, went around and went into these contaminated rivers and places like that and started coming together with our thoughts and cleaning it up on our own.
Yeah, maybe it would work, or it's individual. I don't, we never tried.
I think the more the better.
Yes, could be, but you can do it also by yourself. So it's another experiment to look at.
And then in response to the words and thoughts of the participants, the tap water from Tokyo produced a beautifully balanced crystal.
Wow.
こういう風に出ると思った結晶が
ちょっと思わなかったよ。
結晶を見てみてどうなったの？
すごかった。自分たちがこう売ったものが本当に。
Yeah. So that was the
very interesting.
Yeah, because it shows that your thoughts just affects the water, and everything is water. So
yeah, you are mostly water.
Yeah.
So if you're hating on yourself or hating on somebody else, this is the frequencies that's going to be going. You can really make somebody feel like shit if you talk down to them and stuff. So that affects you. You're putting that out. You're affecting the water in their system. You can see how their mood changes and everything. And then, of course, you could turn around and be really nice and happy and change a mood and bring it all back around and stuff. So I think water is constantly in flux.
Yes.
It's going from great and happy and beautiful and abundant to nasty and degraded and falling apart and blown apart and stuff. And then back again. Water is resilient that way, but if somebody's staying in a negative headspace for too long, or they live in an environment where there's a lot of negativity around them constantly, that could be an issue. As a matter of fact, I think people certain times they get so used to it that it's easier for them to stay there than to get happy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
No, you can see it affects the whole body. Just living in hate every day. You will look like hate. It's really bad to be in that place.
Yes. Yeah. So we're almost here, like a couple minutes at the 2.5 hour mark. Yeah, we were talking about frequencies.
They are going to affect the water.
Yeah, well, your thoughts are frequencies, like we were saying, and that's what's affecting the water is that frequency, that thought.
Yes.
And people think your thoughts are your thoughts, but they actually have a frequency. Now, if you're keeping your thoughts to yourself and you're thinking bad, negative thoughts about other people or yourself, none of it's good for yourself or the other person. Yep. And like I said, if we were connected on a spiritual level that was leveled up from where we are now and more of our senses were online and stuff, and we were, the water in our body would even be, spiritually elevated. We would probably be able to do many things and live a lot longer, have a really clean, healthy, long lifespan and they wouldn't be able to pull all this off on us. It's in their best interest to keep you slow, sick, and dying with a short lifespan. And if you look at the mortality rate for people now, they're saying it's around 75. It used to be 85. Before that, it was 95. Before that, it was 105. So and before that, there's people that lived to at least 120, 130. And I'm sure much longer than that, probably during the millennial reign times, where people could have lived as long as they wanted and decided when they wanted to depart from this place.
Yes. Yes.
But I think we're going to save whatever else we have on water, maybe for another show. I think this Friday we're going to be doing CFM's show on my channel, and I have a topic in mind. I'm going to throw it out there. Of course, we're going to cover whatever CFM wants to cover as well. But I want to talk about Mothman. Have you ever heard of Mothman, Shapu?
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never seen it, but I've seen everything on it.
It's really interesting what happened when this Mothman creature was around, and people still see it. And of course, I think it's definitely some kind of interdimensional being that's come through some sort of maybe portal that was opened up maybe in that area, or maybe there's different portals that are open up in different locations, and it can move in and out from different locations through these portals. It's definitely, I don't think anything of this world. I think it's more like an interdimensional being from the not so good side. Let's just put it that way. But I would like to tackle that because there's a lot of interesting interviews that they took from people, a lot of interesting things that took place, a lot of eyewitness accounts, and I think it would be cool to cover that.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, could be.
Oh my God, I'm going to watch Mothman again.
No,
all right, guys. Well, we're going to get ready to get out of here. I wanted to keep the show around 2.5 hours, but we will definitely see you on Friday. Shapu, of course, you're more than welcome to hang out with us Friday if you're available. The three amigos, as always, riding, shooting, straight shooting.
Yes.
If you can't make it, you can't make it. It's okay, but we would love to have you there.
Yeah, probably will be there.
All right, that's cool. You guys, you heard it. He said it right here. All right. So, any closing thoughts or anything for
Yeah, I want to thank everybody in the chat and everybody that missed me. Thank you, and I missed you guys too. Just being here and seeing all these people in the chat. So nice to see you again. And I just see CFM. He's really late.
Dude, he's been here the whole time.
He's been here the whole time. Yeah.
So many interesting topics. Yes, I want to cover Mothman on Friday and whatever else. I just definitely want to have a little segment in there for Mothman because I find that stuff to be pretty intriguing. A lot of the stuff that was going on in this town that experienced this phenomenon.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I
want to have one more thing to show you. Oh, I forgot. Look at this. I found this up at Mount Chiha when we were searching around up there.
Why?
The brick?
Yeah.
It's a cooked out brick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
I just want to add something that they didn't talk about everything because they always say the water, but water is full of crystal, tiny microscopic crystals. This is what has been affected, really, because when they freeze, they just come into the hexagonal shape, exactly what we see when bricks melt and become rocks, and same type of thing, because it's all based on a one system, and it's all the same patterns that the God created, the creator based all this in this place, all the same patterns, and that's how they grow. And
guys, that's a brick. Sorry.
Exactly.
I got a little click happy there. My finger just tapped by accident.
Click. Yeah, no, it's all right. I wanted to say that. And thank you, Jen. It's been a pleasure again to.
Oh, no problem. I'm glad to have you back, buddy.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, let it not be said that we stood by and did nothing, and we're going to go out with some kitty cats tonight.
Oh, nice.
Look at